We down two. What you gonna do? You already know. Rushing for three. We gon' let it go. The Knicks win. Yo, this a Knicks channel with a little Spurs too. What you expect family to do? And I've been told y'all what Castle was gonna do. Nah, we cover NFL boxing and some hip hop. Hit the notification so you can know when it drop. It's your boy, man.
Notification so you could know. Oh, my bad. What's good? It's your boy Hardwell. Back at you with another one for the love of the game. You already know what it is. What's good? We're gonna start doing this at the beginning and the end. You know what I'm
No
saying?
rings
What's
today.
good? What's good, Chris Stats?
I'm excellent. How are you?
Don't be giving these people all that information. Everything good? We
Yeah,
back
you can
at you.
clearly see when I got rings on.
No, I'm just saying. Look, we still smiling even though the Knicks lost. I don't know how, to be fair. I don't know how we smiling after that shit that just happened. But I'm gonna say this first to start off the show. I think the Knicks still gonna win. I know it's time, and I know we in a bad spot. I know we don't look good, but even though New York, we come back when we down, and I feel like we playing really bad, and I think it could turn. It might turn. It might turn. Let me see who shot. If anybody shouted us out yet,
Hmm.
Coach. What's good, Coach? How you doing? Good to see you, man. Castle make it. He said Brunson. Come on, man. We can't. Yo, come on. Don't do that, man. Don't do that, man. Castle, yo, look. The Spurs ain't letting Castle go. I'm still, Castle went over there. See, I was telling you, Chris, right? The Knicks thought Steph was gonna be like get drafted a little later when he was in the
Hmm.
draft process, and when he went on and won the championship, it's like y'all know y'all not getting him now. Y'all don't have like a top 5 pick, you know. And then after time went on, they say he could have been the first pick because the kid went to the Hawks and he ain't really doing that. But the Knicks can't. The Knicks can't.
So
See,
Steph
look,
was
this what it
top
is.
five.
Mhm.
Steph
Fourth
was
pick,
top five. Mm, wow.
fourth pick to the Spurs.
Gotcha. Copy that. Okay.
Yeah, and the Knicks didn't have a top pick that year. They had like a 13 or 15 pick.
Oh, okay.
And at the
Okay.
time before he won, he could have fell to that anywhere around that area. That's still considered the first round draft pick. So you still get
Mm.
decent money in the first round. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? But when they
Yeah.
won, like I said, now they looked at him and the Spurs. It was a lot of teams that Hawks was looking at him because even the number one pick could have took him. It's up to the teams who they want. You get it? So the Spurs knew to take him. He was still available at 4. That's why you hear them say, "Oh, this player is still available," and then they could take him. Then he come off the draft board. So the Hawks passed up. It was the Hawks, the Wizards, and it was one more team. I'm not sure right now, but I know that was the two, and it was one more. Then it was the Spurs. But that was a crazy thing. I was at the draft dinner. I was at the draft. I sat right there, and I got all the stuff. I was in the nice blue. I said I'm gonna wear my blazer, my jean blazer, on the show one day. But the commissioner was saying, look around the room. It used to be 5% chance for guys to make it to the NBA. Now it's like a 2% chance because now the game is global. When I looked around, wasn't no dudes really from the states in the whole room. Maybe a handful. It was mostly
You were
dudes like
selling
we
us
talked
that.
about that from European guys and stuff like that. But the game is different now. Like guys come from high school, like those programs, overtime elite, like the twins. We talked about that too. So players gonna come from all over. And being that we talking about that, let's segue into the Knicks because it's a perfect example of what I always spoke about. How these guys been in college for 4 years at Villanova. And these young kids we already excited about and only been in the league for a couple seasons. And if you take 1 year college, that makes 3 years of basketball, right? From high school, right? Which isn't a lot of time from coming from the 12th grade, right? Okay, let's put that over here. Now you have Bridges, Brunson, Hart, the Villanova guys. Even Dante, Dante happened to win a ring with them in his first season in Villanova and wound up going in the NBA draft and getting drafted. So Dante was the only player that played with those guys that was one and done. I mean, it was other ones, excuse me, but the guys that we have. You get it? Because he was part of our team as well, and he came. He was on their team actually. He just played 1 year on that championship team, and he got drafted and went to the NBA. Brunson, Bridges, and Hart went back. I'm quite sure all of them was on the team too that year, because that wasn't their first year at Villanova, and he had just came in and they won, and he went to the league. So the point is, these guys stayed in college for 4 years. Then they've been in the NBA for 4 years. Maybe this may be their fifth year. So if you add that up, that's 9 years of service. And these guys still don't have moves off the dribble like Bridges. He's running down the court to win the game, and he doesn't put pressure on the rim, knowing guys can't foul him. He does a step back shot in the corner, the toughest shot to make. I don't see guys make that shot to win the game. Maybe Jordan, maybe somebody that's really efficient, Shea Gilders Alexander, not Mikal Bridges. A buzzer beater, yeah, he can hit that shot, but a buzzer beater, no way. So the point I'm making is these guys should have more skill, or if you don't have offensive skill, then where you putting your energy, it should be on the defensive end. You should be able to shut guys down. So if you're not scoring like that with ease off the dribble, getting by your man, because even if you don't score, right, you should be able to get to the bucket to make somebody else man help, right? And then you could pass the ball because that's called breaking down the defense, right?
Yeah.
Cool. He wouldn't want to leave his man, then you going to have a layup. All you got to do is get by your man. That's why Brunson does so well. But it seems like nobody else could get past their man, especially Mikal Bridges. He's basically a guy that we got to give the ball to in the flow of the game, or when he's open in the corner, he could hit that three. You know, $150 million or whatever it was, 100 and change is not a lot of money when you look at the salary cap, right? But the picks, like everybody been saying, is the problem. The picks. So this is the problem with the picks. Brunson took a pay cut. He got paid early. He could have got all that money. So he took 100 less. So he probably said, get Bridges. Give Bridges the money. Cool. I'm kind of okay with that until the pick part come in, because I don't see Bridges being worth that much money plus the picks. Because what does he show you right now? Cool. They say players need time for them to really show you what they could give you, right? This would have been the perfect time for Mikal Bridges to play like when he was in Brooklyn. I mean, you got to think that's what they spent that money on him for. Excuse me. We seen what he did in Brooklyn, and we wanted to give him 100 million and change. But I don't even think of what he did in Brooklyn, he deserved that plus the picks. So that's just part of my take a little bit on the game itself. We're gonna get more into the game, but I just wanted to jump right in to the Bridges, the 0 points. It's crazy. And then when he wasn't in the quarter, he wasn't in the game in the fourth quarter. I said that's good and bad, because now Brown is switching up what he had, going with something different in the middle of the playoffs. You can't be too comfortable with that unless it worked, and it didn't work. Last point I'm gonna make, and this was glaring to me. He took Brunson and them out. He put Clarkson and McBride and them in when the Hawks was down one. And CJ McCullough scored so easy on McBride. It was like, why did you even take the other guys out? Because it's like maybe these guys is cold. I mean, I know Brunson wasn't couldn't stop nobody, but the way he scored on McBride, you might as well have left them in the game. And it looked weird when you took them out, to be honest with you. Now, when you take out your starters to put in defense, why you didn't put in like Diawara or some length, or put OG on McCullough? You put McBride on McCullough after he been hitting shots on one leg from the Garden? That man been hitting shots on one leg. And y'all done revamp CJ McCullough. He haven't averaged 20 in 10 years, 15 years. Y'all let CJ McCullough do this to y'all. I'm gonna just pause right there. Chris, I know you got something more for that, because it's like I got a lot. I might be renting today, But all my shit gonna make sense because I've been saying this shit. They don't have no moves. Now I can say it. And I said they're gonna win. I said they're gonna win. But if they struggling on Atlanta, they're gonna be so tired for the next series. Are we gonna survive the winners for that series, whoever we gotta play? That's the problem right there. They might beat Atlanta. They should beat Atlanta. Jesus Lord.
They should.
I need the heartbeats in here. I need everything today. We came in smiling, but you see I'm sipping, man. The Knicks got me sipping.
Listen, if I was a sipper, I would be sipping too.
I don't even
I want to
drink.
wait. Well, I want to ask you something before I forget.
Sure.
You said that it was a good thing and a bad thing that you felt like Bridges was not in the fourth quarter. What was the good thing?
The good thing was that he's not really playing well. He deserved to be benched.
Okay, so
right?
okay, you felt like he deserved to be benched because he
21
had
minutes.
0. Yeah.
Not only
Yeah.
0 in points, he had 0 in other categories. He had 4
He
turnovers.
sure did.
It's a lot of bad stuff, right? Okay.
Yep.
So my thing is, it was good that the coach did that, but it's like a double-edged sword because now he's gonna put his trust in somebody else, and then there's pressure on that person, and that person, we didn't win. So every adjustment we have to go with the result of did we win? He still started Bridges. He didn't change the starting lineup. He made an adjustment within the game. So we didn't win. So was the adjustment good? Maybe Bridges might have played better in those minutes. That's all what we have to factor in and think about to be fair to the situation, you know? And like I said, that play when he took the ball out, he didn't have a plan B because you said it looked weird in your post.
I did.
You said, this looked weird to me because they keep looking for Brunson and there's 4 other guys on the court. And OG hit the 3-pointer with 1 second on the shot clock. He hit the other 3 in the other corner. Tough shot. Why you didn't draw up a play for OG as the backup play, as plan B? If Brunson is double teamed. You had another question, I think. I'm sorry. I'm ranting.
No, it's okay. No.
I'll stay with you.
No. I was just thinking, like, if, like, the play, all right, I understand it's Jalen, okay. You know, he's the one that scores, right? Don't you think that the Hawks were looking at Jalen as well? Don't you think that would be their method of operation to go for him? All right, that's one thing. Secondly,
on
the last play,
right?
Yes.
So if you Brown, if you do no good Brown, if you do Brown, right? Wouldn't you do a decoy? Wouldn't you have a decoy play?
Yes, I would.
Wouldn't you make it seem like it's going to Brunson and then have OG
I would hope
cut?
I would.
Look, even Hart could have just drove to the basket. Hart was like at the elbow and the shit was wide open. He looking over here. I'm like, yo, Hart, any other time you just could go straight through that and get us a bucket. That would have been for the win. But it was time left. And he wanted to give it to Brunson because that's what the play was. But Brunson went to the corner. 3 guys collapsed on him. Then he tried to throw it out.
Bad decision.
But one last thing I just remembered before I forget. This is how confident the Hawks is. This is some real shit. The Hawks had the ball when C.J. McCullough hit that shot. They called timeout and they called the play.
They sure did.
Right? C.J. McCullough, they threw the ball in. Now this is the breakdown of it. They could have killed clock.
They could have.
Now, some people could say they wanted to go early. Some people could say, because it could be opinionated, right? Some people could say they wanted to go early in case they missed the halftime, but that don't make sense because it wasn't a lot of time. So that means that, listen, watch this. That means that couldn't have been it because they know if they miss, the Knicks is going to get the last shot, right?
Correct.
If you leave me, when the Knicks got the ball, it was only enough for one. After they called timeout for that bullshit play, it was 1 play left. Even though they fucked up, they still ran down, but it was over after that. So what I'm saying is, CJ the Hawks did not even waste time because they confident that they could get a stop on defense.
And that's what they did.
They didn't. They went right and shot the ball at the elbow over McBride
Well played.
when OG should have been on CJ. And like I said
How,
last show, CJ got to the Hawks for a bag of chips. They threw him in for Trae Young. They got 4 players for Trae Young and picks. CJ wasn't the focal point. And this is why I'm saying the Knicks is slipping, because they should have got CJ. That's who we needed. He's a point guard that could put Brunson over there and get everything and Alexander. So really they got more than one type of player that fits that description on the court. Yes, because Alexander does that. He came in on Minnesota and he just navigated the rock. He didn't shot hunt. He got people involved. That's why now he got average points, because he do both. And he played D. So it's him and it's the son. It's both of them. It's not only they got more than one player on the court that could do that. CJ McCullough is doing that. And basically, Knick fans, FCJ, he said, I'm a family man. I got kids at home. His kid is on the live where he's talking on the thing. So he's going to cook. And we saying F him. Why? Because he had a good game. Now we got to deal with him.
No, that's hatred.
But it doesn't make sense.
He had a good game. No, it doesn't.
So what are we
he
saying
played the
F him
game.
for?
They made the
These
correct.
are non-knowledgeable basketball fans. That's not even really Knicks fans. That came on to the Knicks fans when the Knicks got kind of lit, like tourist type fans. But it's some real fans copying, being followers, saying the same thing. It's stupid. It's dumb, because he's cooking us in our court. Go ahead, Chris. My bad. I know I'm talking long-winded.
No, you good. He definitely did put belt to ass.
Right.
That's just
right.
the truth of the matter. How about this? How about for Knicks? Smaller man runs around and scores, but is not a defensive player. Bigger man, correct. Bigger man.
I like how you said that. It's a smaller man.
Not so.
You don't want to shoot him down.
Just because you're going to get you. Bigger man, not so defensive. But we know that he gets activated in the playoffs, because we discussed this a couple of episodes ago, right? And we said, this gentleman is going to get activated. And we have witnessed him do that. Have him guard the big man.
He don't?
Hang on. Why was that concept not seen last night? So and I'm sorry to speak this way, not because I think anyone is dumb, but I hear myself. But
I'm about to share the show.
I am like, okay, we know that Brunson can't defend, and they're not bigs. The Hawks, they're not. But why not put the big man that we know can make shots in addition to our smaller man that's making shots? Because we know that our smaller man he can't be defensive because he's too busy making the shots. We know that the big man usually is not so aggressive. It is not so defensive, but put him in anyway because he gets activated at certain times. I'd rather take a risk like that than to take nothing at all. Like I always say, you miss 100% of the shots that you do not take. And in a game like that was that strange and wonky to look at, and just lack of structure and just nasty, it would have looked better if they would have stuck with that strategy, a simple strategy like that, than for us to have to deal. And listen, nothing against CJ, because you can't leave CJ on the island with Brunson and vice versa. I think that they're very even keeled. But and that's just my.
Now look, because you said this, not to cut you, I just want to add this in. You said vice versa, like you could cancel them out.
Hmm.
To be fair, right? And I'm a Knicks fan, so I'm just saying to be fair.
Yeah.
If CJ McCullough had a flashback, that man had a flashback. They got this nigga thinking he back in 20. He been in the league for a while. I heard
Look,
stories where
he's not that
he
old.
been
The boy, the man is
I
34.
what?
I guess
How
that's
old is
old in
these
the
guys?
NBA.
Yeah, these guys 21, 22.
Yeah, yeah.
He
What
been in the
Brunson is
league
like
for a long
26,
time.
right? Yeah.
No, but I'm saying, see, Brunson 26, but the guys that we saying is those guys, you know how they old they are, right? 22, 21.
Hmm.
K's,
Hmm.
Castle, like those.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
just the guys that we would want on our team, they're younger. So the point, I don't want you to forget
No,
what I was
no, go
trying to
ahead.
say.
I'll make your point.
It's just no, go ahead, finish. Because I'm gonna go, I don't want to keep I don't want to go
No,
on and on with it.
I'm finished. I was gonna go to another part. Go ahead.
Well, the thing is this with Brunson and like you see how I always talk about the difference in the years in college, right? It's
Uh-huh.
not only that, it's the age difference in the kids that we speaking of that we could really compare to. Like it boils down to this. If we moving forward, right, we need talent to get us where we want to go. We need talent. And if you spend money, if you spend money on all these players, even though we could move players to get who we want, we just gonna have to throw in players that we wasted money on. Like for instance, if we get Giannis and we say we giving Towns, Bridges, and whoever else, right? Other players. The Bridges money, the picks, all that turns into a waste. It turns into a
Right.
waste.
Right, right. You're
So
saying
it's like
if we got Giannis and we kept those people that you just stated, we're waste. That's a waste.
no, no. We're gonna have to move those guys.
Okay, gotcha. But you're saying that it's a
Unless
waste
they
that
turn
we
unless they
acquired
turn
them
it around.
anyway.
No, unless they turn it around right now. That's why I said
Gotcha.
I think they're gonna win. Salute, bro. I think they're gonna win.
Hmm.
I think I hope too. I'm going with my hope, but I think they could pull it out because you can't really count anybody out just being down what they down by.
No,
They
you
win
cannot.
next game and we go back to the Garden. Yeah, they're gonna have to win in Atlanta because it go back and forth after the next
Hmm.
couple games. But I think we could win. It's gonna be a good game, but they have got the ball bounces in these last games. And it's so funny how ironic we even had the clip we talked about the ball bounces. We're gonna lose by one, we're gonna lose by a ball bounce. I know I keep saying it, but it's happening again. It happened in another game. Because if Brunson lost at the last, we lost at the last play of the game. But he shot an air ball before that. That's what I was about to say, and I
Come
forgot.
on,
He shot a
Guru. Come on, Guru.
he shot an air. I thought we brought who so hand for the. Listen, we could be the best coaches in the world, but is Doodoo Brown? You know what I mean? Is Coach Brown on point? There you go, Chris. See, Chris, come on, Chris. You act like you're a visitor.
I
This
thought
your
we
segment.
brought Sawyer here for his defense, yet we didn't try using him in the best scenario to use him down the stretch. Tibbs and Mike Brown both wasted talent on bench in the
I
play.
might invite you on the show one day, man. For real. Stay patched in, man, with me, man. For real. I like your take. I like your but you're
I
right
like
though.
his
We
takes
can't
too.
yeah, but we can't really Mike Brown is the coach, man. And like I said last night is an example you could see. He didn't put OG on McCullough. He didn't put Diawara in the game. We need length, man. I told you, Chris. The Knicks don't have no Euro players. They don't have a Euro big, a tall player that could dribble the ball. Mitchell Robinson protect the rim, but he can't do what like Wimby and all these bigs could do. So we
Yes.
need that. We need to find more players that's not here. Knicks, hire me, man. I'll get y'all some Euro bigs. I got a couple right now that came from Africa to here that I train. Seriously, I got a few, man. Y'all need them, man. Stop
Well,
playing.
you can't say Euro in Africa. Africa's a different
No, it's just a
region.
slang
But I understand. I
for
understand what you're saying.
we,
But
we we
I
call them
don't want
Euro
nobody
bigs.
saying something
Nah, we
weird.
call them
But yeah,
Euro bigs. I wasn't talking
okay,
about the
okay,
same thing. I was just saying that
okay,
because my coach. No, listen, I'm gonna tell you the story. A
okay.
coach from New York that I played for. He really into this. Shout out my coach Amir. He bring kids from Africa all over though.
Hmm.
They move here and they turn into good players. Some of them now is one is in OTE, the same school that the Thompson twins went to,
Uh-huh.
and I work with them. So it's not like yo, that's a real thing. It's like now kids is really tall and they learning how to dribble the basketball. That's all I'm gonna tell you. So if the Knicks ain't up on it, it don't look like they is right yet. And every team out there has at least something similar or close. Wimby got the Spurs got one with Wimby. OKC got Chet homegrown. We could keep going. It's some of them in the league. I could think of a few more before we get off the show.
You named a lot of them earlier. A
Well,
lot.
I'm not. I mean, it
And
depends on the
it
ones that's really showing it, or you can't name them. They can
no, no,
have
no.
potential to do it, but they have to do it, they have to do it
You
now.
were
And
naming
then
the
that's
ones who
why.
was doing it. Well, we
Mhm,
spoke about this, but
it's
I
more.
just wanna right, you didn't name them right now, but what I want to ask you though, like, what do you feel like really went wrong in the game, like from your perspective? Because I want to share mine, and I would just like to know yours because we did not discuss that.
Well, you made a good point when you said it started off bad. We was
Hmm.
down early, and I think that was part of the problem because whenever you got to play catch up, it's not a good thing. You know, you got to play catch up basketball, and we on the road. It's not a good thing. We down. I mean, the series was tied at that time,
Yes,
but
it was.
they still won on our court.
Yeah.
They won one game on our court. So
Mhm.
it's like you would think when we get there, we should come in and have that lead. Right.
That's what
That's what I'm
I
saying, Hawk.
expected.
That's what I was just saying, bro. You thinking like me right now. She asked me that question because she said to me backstage that when she started watching, she realized we was down by so much. And I was like, yeah, we started off bad. And that's why I just brought up that we lost last game at home. How could you go on a road first game and be down by 16 points? They happened to go up by 18 points. Like you lucky to even come back from that. We hit a lot of tough threes, honestly, respectfully. OG hit some tough threes. You can't even expect if he would have missed a couple, like you can't be mad at him. This just was tough. He hit one way deep. Sun closed all the way out on him on the right side. Then he hit one on the left side. That was tough shots, man. I think we
They,
need to give OG the ball more. Like, cause Brunson is either tired, he got ripped, he shot an air ball.
I told you
Brunson shot
guys
an
that
air ball. He
Brunson was
grabbed his
tired.
jersey. Look, I got on a hard team hard wheel jersey right now. Man, my boys put it in. These were the jerseys we had. But Brunson grabbed this jersey like
Mhm.
this. I said, I never seen him do that. This man is
Yep,
tight right now.
he's
Cause he
fatigued.
shot he shot an air. Yeah, he's fatigued. He's fatigued. Shot an air ball in the playoffs to
But
put us
again,
up
this
by
is
3.
nobody listens to me. Like I said this.
What do you think that made us? Because you asked me, and I agree with you, but I'm gonna give you a couple more things, right?
Right.
Before I pass it to you. Being that we could say we lost at the last play, right?
Hmm.
When you come back all them points, you stole the momentum. You was playing good ball, right? But
Correct.
he didn't give us a good play at the end. I think like he's being out coached. Let me just tell you why he's being out coached because Coach Snyder, this is when you could tell who's being out coached. When you got guys that you don't expect to do as good as they doing on your team, that mean the coach is doing that. Because one, he's putting them in the moment and they doing it, right? We don't see Brown doing that. When did Mike Brown pull a trump out? Like we playing spades and we need a book and he just go boom and pull a joke out his back pocket. You know what I'm saying, Chris? Like we playing spades and we need one more. And you just say, chill, Will, don't worry, we got this. And you grab the book and we got our
Haven't seen him
books.
in a long time.
Right. He
And
don't,
now's the
it's
time
like,
to make those type of moves. We're this is not playoff basketball.
right,
This is not
right.
playoff
And it's on players and him. But this is the
pedigree.
thing. It looked like the players were following the play.
Him, yes.
Yeah, like
I
how
agree
how
with
hard
that.
How hard the cold court was like a lane to the rim, and he turned
Yep.
his body looking for Brunson. I said, this doesn't make sense. As many times as Hawk could just go and get us a bucket, when it's a broken play, all coaches tell us to just go and make a play. When a play is broken, go and make a play. That's a rule. Basketball players know that. What was wrong with them?
That's why I said it looked weird. I felt like I was in the twilight zone. Like, why did we just allow it to go that way? And then there was like this weirdness. I don't know. I don't want to get too like loosey goosey with it because people are gonna be like,
Mhm.
Christina, what you talking about? There's just some things
No,
that
no,
I
no. The
observed
Knicks got us
where
loosey goosey. No, 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 no. Listen, if I said I'm renting, if we everywhere, we seeing the players everywhere. They get paid 100 million. Chris, they shouldn't be everywhere. We just telling them what we see. So don't feel like that. You asking me good questions and then you saying what you really saw. That's it. And I know you be saying, oh, if people want to take whatever, that's for a certain time. But like I always told you, when we get in the playoffs, players are got to be held accountable.
yeah, yeah,
Coaches
yeah.
got to be held accountable. And you don't have to feel that way because you only reporting what you see. You know what I mean? It's
Uh,
like when they say, yo, this is public record.
Uh-huh.
This
Eh,
got to be public record because we watched it. Shit.
we did. And also just one other notable thing to mention, 18 turnovers.
Oh my God.
I have never like that's not something that I would have foresaw in my wildest dream
You right,
if I
Hawks.
lived to be 100.
Yo, hold on. I mean to cut you off, but I just realized what he doing. His name is Hawks.
Hawks, Atlanta, ATL.
yo, yo, listen, man. Let me tell
You
you
just
something,
noticed
homeboy.
that.
Yeah, I'm letting you rock, and I ain't even. I see my eyes be low. I'm focused on my show, so anybody show love, I'm gonna show love back. And I realize you a Hawks fan. We don't even care though, cause you making good points.
Yep.
But this the
Yeah.
thing. When I first came on live, I said the Knicks is still gonna win, and I want to know what you think about that, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Because this female from Atlanta, because my family from Atlanta, you know, I got family from Atlanta, right? This female from Atlanta commented, and she might watch too. She commented on my post, and she said, "Go Hawks." And my reply was, when I watched the Hawks play the Knicks, the Hawks, the Atlanta people don't support the Hawks. And the Knicks fans support the Knicks win or lose. So before the Hawks fans start to get all crazy and all that, y'all gotta go to the games and support the Hawks before y'all can talk to me crazy. And I ain't talking to you, G's, because you just in here chatting with us and it's all love. But any Hawks fan, right, that think they could go in anybody chat and talk crazy, go buy some tickets because the Knicks fans be in there more than y'all. And granted, we in Atlanta, but a lot of us come from New York and go down there too. And the tickets is dirt cheap. I'm talking about dirt cheap compared to when we go to the garden. So I'm just saying, respectfully, and if you want to come in here and talk, keep it like that because you don't go to the game and you ain't haven't been a Hawk fan when they wasn't good. And I was a Knick fan when they wasn't good. That's the difference. See, I like what he's saying, and I know you,
Yeah.
and that's a good take too. But I don't think we gonna go. My bad, Chris. I don't think we, and I
You
ain't got to
good.
do that no more. You got that. See that? You now you know how to do everything. Look, I don't think they're going to the finals, but we gonna win this series. And if we go to the finals, I'm gonna be happy with that too. And that's that. We got 30 minutes, Chris. We still got time. It's a lot of stuff we gotta unpack. I got a question too for you. After you remember your take, right? Cause you did. I don't know. I was like, we gonna be like I said. I'll be ongoing into different points because I don't want to forget my takes. But we was talking about the last play.
Mhm.
He didn't have a backup plan.
Yep.
And you said it looked weird. That's who we was before we drifted into different takes. But what else
I
did you
did it.
notice like with the play, the
Um
last play?
oh, the last play.
When we threw the ball into we looked remember we saying Hart was looking like he could have went to the basket. You saw that, right?
Yeah, it
Did
looked
you say
desperate.
did you say why you didn't go shoot? But why is he looking away from the rim and we only got 10 seconds left?
That's why I said it looked like desperation. It looked like I,
Nervousness.
mhm, mhm.
And
Because we had it. We had it. We had it. We had it. Like literally that was happening at 1.9 seconds remaining. And I actually was just about to leave my television and go to the
Mhm.
back because I said to myself, okay, we got it. And to see what happened, to me, if I'm well, I'm telling you what I saw. The play was so wonky that it
Mhm.
looked like, forget what you just said, Will. This is just what I saw.
Yeah.
When the ball went to Hart, it looked like he wasn't even aware that the ball was supposed to land with him and it
Yeah.
slipped out of his hand. And then it created another turnover. That's what it looked like to me. And I
Not the
said,
last play though. Not the last play, right? What play was that?
that's my perception of the last play.
No, 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 no. That play, he threw the ball to Brunson. Remember, I said to you, Chris, he looking like the rim, like he had a lane. Remember, because this is where you mixing up. This you gonna remember this. Watch this. They taking the ball out, right? But they looking like they couldn't get it in because they had a play, right? So when you
Right.
seen Hart come and get it, he
I'm about
didn't
to look
fumble
it
it.
up.
You no, look, watch. I'm gonna remind you right here. You gonna remember he fumbled on another play that was close to the end when dude smacked it up. When the big dude, that was the play like a couple plays before that. But the last play, when we called timeout after McCullough hit the shot, right?
Right.
We down one.
Mm-hmm.
We taking the ball out. They could not get the ball in. The Hawks ramped up the defense on that last play. For some reason, they had really
Correct.
good defense
Correct.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to blame the coach because if it's hard for us to get the ball to him, first of all, he's short. So if they overplaying him, you have to have a backup plan.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So one, you couldn't get it into Brunson, so you had to get it in the Hart because time was running out. That's why you said you mixed it up with the fumble play because he didn't fumble the ball on that play. He looked like he was thinking about maybe, oh, the rim is open, but I got to give it to Brunson. Because look, maybe he didn't want to leave time left on the clock, but I wouldn't have cared, Chris. I feel
How did
like
I write that?
he's so that's okay. I feel like because you know why? It was so exciting. And that play that you said when he lost the ball, that was when Okonwu smacked the ball up right in the paint out of Josh Hart hand. I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. I watched that game
Okay.
twice. Right.
I did
That
too.
wasn't the last play.
Okay.
But it's easy to mix that up because it was so fast and it was a couple plays before the last play. That was before CJ shot. Now fast forward after CJ shot, we taking the ball out, right? He should have had a decoy for Brunson and had OG because
Yeah.
OG was hot.
That's
And
just
I
common
feel like if
sense.
OG would have got the ball where Hart got the ball, because Hart be seeming fanned out or he's too cool with Brunson, OG would have said, forget this, I'm going to the cup. I'm going to the cup. Put the pressure back on them because
Mm-hmm.
even if we leave a little bit of time, let's get the lead.
Right.
Just like we couldn't score after they had the lead, that could happen to them. But we put ourselves in that position. The play wasn't good because Brunson wound up being in no man's land, which is in the corner, and three guys is there. Why you think he couldn't pass nowhere? If he wouldn't have been Owe in the corner, he would have been easily able to make a pass to somebody because it was three guys on him. What does that tell you? It's only five guys on defense. It's all my guys is open. So he tried to dish it to Hart, and Hart couldn't get it. And then they went and stole it. That was the last play. But I blame the coach for that because it's no plan B if Brunson is double teamed or denied.
Mm-hmm.
And Snyder is out coaching Brown because he had the defense ramped up and he knew where the ball was going because three guys didn't even care. They just stayed right there on Brunson. They didn't move. They just said like this
Yeah.
in the corner. Remember the last shot when he tried to
I
pass
do.
it? They just
Yes.
shadowed him. Like you not beating us unless somebody else beat us. That's what they said. But he should have got it to OG. I don't even know where OG was. I was so mad. But that's what happened. It happened
I don't
so
remember
fast,
seeing
Chris.
them either. Uh, I don't.
Oh,
But I
here go
just.
our guy. I'm glad
Oh,
you showed up. I'm
uh,
glad you showed up. Because
I
I
Daniel as well.
let me keep my tone down because I realize that when I talk, if I get loud, people don't want to hear me talk. I'm sorry, y'all. I get excited too. I'm only human, right? But Paris, he said, you know I show. Paris, you my guy. Chill, son. We've been having fun for years. This ain't new. We used to have more fun back then. Remember? It used to be crazy. It's about to get back. We used to have crazy fun on this show, bro. Like, it used to be crazy. So many people in the chat. Paris used to be there. I used to have people from all over Cali, everywhere in my chat. I know y'all coming back. I'm gonna start hitting some of their part, like their YouTube channels up, letting them know I'm back, because I follow most of their channels. I just got to go through my subscribers. But anyway, Parish, you see what I told you, right? And I could go to that show and pull up your comments and post them right now. I could go in my phone, screenshot those comments you wrote in the show, and post them and let everybody see what you said. But I ain't gonna do that to you, bro. You my man. But you see, Mikal Bridges and all that stuff we think he gonna do, he ain't do. He ain't do, bro. He ain't do. So this is what I was telling you on that show, and this is the only thing I'm gonna say about it because I ain't gonna drag it because we already got enough bad stuff to talk about. If I said it like this because I put it on a track, if Mikal, I said Brunson, I got a question for you. If Mikal Bridges can't do like you do, and he not scoring at least 30 to 32, what is he doing with his energy? Where's his energy going? You don't have to play good defense, Brunson, because you're giving us buckets, right? We're accepting that you can't really guard, you're exhausted. Cool. What about your man, though? Why he can't shut nobody down? Why we can't put him on CJ McCullough and he stops CJ McCullough? CJ McCullough is an OG compared to Mikal Bridges. But see, the problem is Mikal Bridges stayed 4 years in college, and now he's been in the NBA 4 years, and he still don't have a bag. Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead, Chris. No, because I have a bag. I know what having a bag means. I'm from New York City. I have a bag.
Oh,
Ask about me.
gosh.
In the city, in my city, I have a bag. West 4th, where all the people's on the gate, they know jihad. I have a bag. So I could sit here and really talk about what a bag means. For real. He don't have a bag. The clock is running out. He going, he take a fadeaway step back in the corner. He don't put pressure on the rim. That's not a bag. I'm sorry. He not worth the picks and that amount of money. He could get the money because the NBA is paying. That's what the salary cap is now for that type of player. But I think his value is gonna go down because, like I said, if he's not averaging 25, 20, he don't got to get 30 because you can't expect Brunson and Towns to have those type of numbers and him to have that, to be realistic, right? Cool. But where is the defense with all that energy or something else he could be doing? I don't know.
All I was gonna say is that I feel like
I'm sorry.
somebody needs to efficiently guard CJ because the way that we have
Who?
allowed them, to me, first person that comes to my mind that could do it efficiently, I want to say OG, and then I feel like Mitch.
You
Cat could
can't
do it
put
too.
you can't put Mitch
Can't
on
put
him,
Mitch,
and you can't put
but
Cat. You can't put a center. You
so
can't put
then
a
you have to
big
be.
on CJ. He
But
will cook. He will cook a big.
I know he will cook
That's
them.
like that's
That's
like
what
a
I'm
center
saying.
trying to guard a guard.
I understand, but please let me just explain my method to
Maybe
my
help.
madness,
Maybe
right?
maybe help. Maybe help. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Help, because that's not me taking away from Jalen Brunson. That's not me saying that Jalen can't do it because they're both around the same height. But what I'm saying is like what I was saying earlier. We
Mm,
have, and it's very, very simple. It's the concept. If you think of the concept of what I'm saying, if we
mm,
know that we have a person whose strength, who knows their role, and we know their weaknesses, a la Jalen Brunson, we know he's our scorer. We know that he can't do, he's not a dual edged player. Okay. Now we have a big man that does well with shooting. not so great with defense, but we know he activates when he's under pressure. Why not just with that concept, basics, going from 101 basics? And I'm not a coach and I'm not acting like I am one. I'm not a part of the NBA. But me as an outsider looking in, that makes sense. So just make that modification because you know why? That creates a tone where it's like we calming them down. We're calming CJ down because Cat is going to make the points, but because he's activated and he's playing under pressure, he's also going to guard. And
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
look,
saying that that's the appropriate way to do it. Someone
yeah,
has to do it
no, this the
because he's
problem.
talking too much.
It's not about the
It's
talk
going
part.
very far.
No, it's his skill. It's just like it's gonna always. All right, hold on. I'm gonna answer that, and I just want you to see this real quick before I take it down. We're gonna remember to answer that too, right? What he just said, and I understand what he's
Biggest thing
saying
I
about
saw is Cat's
cat not cutting to the basket, but maybe cat didn't cut to the basket because I don't want to make an excuse for why he didn't cut. Man, Brunson normally shoots that shot. And I feel like the coach from the Hawks told them just stay on Brunson. Then nobody, three guys stood there. That looked weird. That mean like it's like they knew the play.
They did. That's what they did. They fatigued him
And
from
even
the
if Cat
beginning.
would have cut, even if Cat would have cut, like he's saying, it probably would have been the same kind of pass.
Mhm.
You think if Josh Hart didn't get it, Cat would have got it? Josh Hart is more agile than Cat. Josh Hart grabs those kind of like he couldn't get it. Think about what I'm saying. But I wanted to address what you were saying, right? Chris, remember I told you in the playoffs, it's like having a fight in the street, everybody watching. It's on you on Broad Street, you on Broadway. It's like
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
can't
Mhm.
hide what you can't do. You
Mhm.
can't
Mhm.
make excuses for what you don't got. Right?
Yes.
Remember last show when he was saying what the Knicks gonna do? Paris Duggar was saying what the Knicks gonna do. Even though
Yeah.
I agree the Knicks, I think the Knicks could still win. But if they mess up anywhere close to what they did again, we won't win because now it could go either way right now because you gave the other team confidence, right? But he was saying that you know how the Knicks step up in the playoffs, and I was like, everybody step up in the playoffs, right? And I said, once we meet intensity right here, it's gonna be skill versus skill, or the best defenders got to guard the best players. It's gonna be made the best who got the best everything. And I said the Knicks have a sexy roster, but all the stuff that they got, we're not gonna be able to see because it's only one basketball. We talked about that. Well, you got other teams that didn't even spend that much money, but they know how to build a roster where guys are gonna just do what we need and not feel like they should be doing more because they did more on other teams and we can pay them less. Because why pay Bridges if he's giving us this? Anybody could have gave us this. We could have got a player that that was on a 10-day, giving us zero and
You could have
all
got
these
me to do it.
turnovers. Right. Stephen A said the same shit. And I was like, if Stephen A say that, he it's is bad. Because this man is the worst in basketball. And he said that on his show. But this is the thing, right? Look, Chris, if we have to hide Brunson. They hunting Brunson, right?
Mhm.
I don't believe on one team we could hide too many guys. If guys feel like they could just go at Bridges and go at Brunson and go at Cat, even though Cat may get a couple blocks, he a little feminine. I don't think dudes are intimidated by Cat. He stay outside by the 3-point line too long. Now, if he had Mitchell Robinson's intensity and rim protection, then it would be different. But like I always tell you, he can hit the three. Mitch can't dribble. Mitch can't hit the three. They got to pick and choose, right? Towns can't give us what Mitch could give us on D. They can't play both of them because we need to speed up the game. It's a bunch of reasons why we need more like Euro bigs. And granted, we just, you know, playing with what we have, but I just don't think we have enough talent and roster on this roster to win a championship. We probably make it out this round, but I don't see us making it past
I mean, I
next
see
round.
somebody saying the gentleman who said Mike Brown is the problem. He's not a head coach. He doesn't know how to use his team. I actually agree with that because this comment right here, because to me, it's always gonna go with me being in leadership, knowing your people. We gave him grace. We did everything, Will. We started hard on him, then we came up on him. We gave him his flowers for his achievements
Yeah,
and
ain't
his
no time for
accomplishments.
flowers right
We
now. Ain't
did
no
that.
time for flowers right
Okay.
now.
We're done. We're in the playoffs. So what I'm saying now, why I agree with what this gentleman is saying is because if you knew, and this is leaking over into what we're saying right now, role identification means something. It's very simple. It's just exactly what you just said. What you said about Mitch, what you said about Cat, how he's feminine, all those things he stays by, the perimeter too much. If you can identify that and see that that's his strength, then you need to use that. Use it and tell him to use it. And then what's the strength of this person? Use it.
No, I
It's
think
a thousand
credit.
ways to skin a cat.
Yeah,
It's not happening. It's not happening,
no,
Will.
but
It's
Chris,
not.
Chris, no. Let me tell you what it is. I think it's more of this. I think it's more of. Remember, I used the spade example.
It could be
It's more like
more, but we
no.
can't
Listen,
deny that Mike is.
no. Listen, hear me out. Listen. You remember I used the spade example. It's like trying to win a spade game, and you got four books, and you got jacks.
No, I
Niggas
understand.
is these niggas is jacks. They not even spades. They not even spades. Look. I give you a
I don't
spade
feel
hand
like
with the Knicks.
that's not
Listen, hear me
fair
out.
because
Look, no, hear me out. Brunson is a joker. Carl Towns is a small joker. I'll make OG a deuce of spade. I give OG a deuce of spade. Fucking Bridges is a queen of heart. Josh Hart is a king of heart. That shit barely walk. You know the spade game. We not. That's not a. To win a championship, you need a 10 for 2. Yo, Bridges is he don't have a bag. And Carl Anthony Towns, cool. He said he went and blocked that shot. He said, "Oh man, it was on me. It was on me. I blocked it, but he got it back and he scored." I'm like, I'm
that
like, yo,
boy.
bro. I'm like, yo, bro. Right now, I respect you trying to explain this shit because you get paid so much money, but I don't want to hear your voice right now. Like, I'd rather you foul him and he may miss one or something. He made a
Wow.
good block. Nah, cause he hunted down. He ran away from up there. He made a block. But think about this: where was everybody else at after he did that? Son just grabbed the ball and went back up and scored. That put them down by one.
Yeah.
Jalen Johnson. Man, it's. I mean, we're gonna do another show before the game. We got like 10 minutes. We can stay a little. We can stay a little past the time today, being that we got a few people in here commenting. Shout out to everybody in the building. I want to shout out everybody because we do this when we got people in the chat. Shout out Coach Shy. I know you probably not here. We survey always pulling up. Salute to my guy. We're gonna pull him on the show one day. Whoever keep coming up, I'm gonna send you the link. Hopefully you don't do no crazy shit once I try it. Because that happened to us before. But I know people that saying stuff like you, we survey ain't gonna do that. So I'm just playing when I said that. Shout out to Hawks, ATL. And you know Steph, my nephew from Atlanta. So you probably already know. Um, who else is in here? They go Dan Berry. Shout out Dan Berry. You know we gotta shout out my guy Paris Duggar. Paris Duggar been around for a while. We may go back and forth, but that's still the people's. Cool Breeze, salute. Cool Breeze was in here. We had a few people in here today. All right. But yeah, Chris, it's gonna be a roller coaster. Like you've been a Knicks fan, but now you cover the Knicks, so I just want you to get used to it. Like you can't let it upset you. We just gotta cover them. You know
No, I'm
we
not
not at
upset.
championship. No, I'm not talking about right now. I'm saying when we actually watch the game and see what happened. That shit is depressing for me for a long time. I'm just able to deal with it, to be honest.
I mean, now since you guys are talking about the pedigree of the team, right? Now I'm really starting to ponder upon that and say, is that correct? I mean, I think that it's up for debate because we have gotten far, right? So we can't discredit that. You have to recognize the small wins, but maybe we don't. Clearly we don't have something.
Now
Brown
you
was
see what he said,
hired for the
Chris?
playoffs. Anybody could take this team. Yep.
That's true. So
Hmm.
maybe that Bulls,
Interesting.
the coach from the Bulls, Billy Donovan, that just I don't know if he got fired or he stepped down. I think they said he stepped down.
Yeah,
They
you said
said
he
that
stepped down.
they was looking at him before Mike Brown. And another thing about Mike Brown, he said OKC was down the same thing and
Yes,
they
he
wind up
did.
going to win.
Yes,
He
he
said and they wind up going to
did.
win. He said and they wind
Yes,
up
he
going to
did.
win. And he said, I'm not saying that we're gonna win in the same breath or the same sentence. And I'm saying to myself, what? You was doing fine when you compare what another team did. But first of all, I just want to say, you talk like you stutter or you don't stutter. Which one is it? Either you don't stutter or you just so nervous that you talking that way or you have a stuttering problem and I won't make fun of it. I never heard you stutter. I
He doesn't
listened to you
stutter.
before.
Well,
Well, you have a speech problem or you so nervous, you answering these questions. I watched Josh Hart answer questions. He was looking at the guy like he wanted to snuff him. I said, damn, I feel kind
mhm,
of bad. I could imagine being in that situation and they asking me what went wrong in that situation. That shit hurt. Even me and I ain't played. So I could imagine the guy who played and the reporter got the camera in your face. You got on a towel.
mhm.
You just came from the game. He like, what went wrong in that last play? Nigga, I fucked up. What you want me to say? Oh man, this shit can't be life.
It's
It's
actually
going we go.
hurtful.
Now we about to get Giannis. You shouldn't have to tell Cat to keep
That is,
Yo,
I
be easy on me, man.
100% concur.
I showed y'all what I had, man. Be easy on me. I'm just trying to get through the show, bro. I only got a few minutes. I'm staying on longer for y'all because it's Friday. You know what I'm saying? But be easy on me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Don't kill me. Y'all slid me down my chair with that one. I can't with these guys, man.
Mike
Shit.
Brown gets recycled, hired to get fired. Lord have mercy.
Look,
But you
you know
know
the
what?
old
It's
saying.
making sense. It's making
You know the old
sense.
saying. You gotta find something to laugh about this before you cry.
Yeah. But that is making sense.
I'm
That's
gonna
why I
make a Knicks
love
shirt
to
that say.
have this type of dialogue because the chat is teaching me so many things that I never considered.
They said Parish on fire. That was Parish again. See, we got No, look, we surveyed. I got him tight. That's what it is. I told we surveyed. You hear what I told him, right? He was talking that bullshit. Now he coming in here spraying a clip. All his shits is on point. Yeah, we had to really diagnose what's going on, bro. This shit crazy. I got Paris Doug in his bag. Yeah. Let's get to that. Seriously. Shit real. Nah, because he was in here. You know why? He was in here saying, "No, watch what they gonna do," and now he mad because he see they didn't do it. Even though we all saying they still could win, they let us down. You know what I'm saying? See, he's saying it facts. Yeah, they let us down, bro. I ain't going
Do you
front.
think that we would have had these same results if we would have stayed with Dibs?
That's a good question.
To be honest, to be
No,
truthful,
I can answer that
Hawks,
easily.
ATL, ask that question.
Nah, I don't think so because let me tell you just off of first thinking why no because Tibbs wasn't trying to be friendly. It was more like you. This is a business. This is what I want. I seen him yelling in people's face, all that. Mike Brown is new, so he's trying to. Just like now that he took Bridges out, he's making it uncomfortable because you never did it before. You came in on some cool shit. Now you getting strict in the playoffs. You should have did that shit
From the
when they
beginning.
did that shit. Yeah, you see some bullshit.
It's
Nah, we
leadership
ain't playing.
101.
So now he would have been ready. But now you doing it now? Nah, bruh. You was an assistant coach too long. You wasn't a head coach for a while, so you still got a lot of cobwebs. Now we didn't say you was mad, Parrish. I didn't mean it in that way. I just meant like the team. What you said, you was co-signing what they was gonna do. So now you just breaking down what you saw, which is all facts. I was disappointed in what they did. Look, we lost at home. They went to Atlanta, and we lost in Atlanta, and we was down by 18 points. We was down 15 in the first quarter, like Chris Stat said. That shouldn't be. They beat us at home. We should have came in Atlanta and got busy right away. Even if they come back, we're controlling the game, right? We didn't see that. That's all what it is. And everybody's upset about that. We lost two and back to back to the Hawks. So you were in here co-signing them. So if we rewind and I said we're gonna lose two in a row, you would have said, excuse me, you'd have said, get the fuck out of here, Will. You bugging. And I was telling you what I already saw. They don't have bags. They don't have guys who can shut people down. They don't have guys who are taking roles. I'm making plays. I'm shutting down. Hawks have that. CJ McCullough can make shots. He can play D. He can make plays. Alexander, he can make shots. He can make plays. He can play D. They have players that could do that on their roster, bro. They're constructing their roster correctly. If people don't know players, I do. Hawks have an all right team. They gave away somebody who was an all-star for players who they thought were mediocre. They even got over on the Wizards because the Wizards thought they're getting something great from Trae Young's skimpy ass. So what, he could score the ball. He not going to play no D. That's not a winning recipe. The same shit like Brunson. CJ McCullough, old guy, know the basketball. He's still playing D. He's still getting buckets. And he's older than our guys by 10 years. And he's still doing it to them. That's bad. That means we have, like, not young guys. We have, like, middle-aged guys that aren't all that good. They're like PAL players, like rec players. When you go to the gym and dudes doing step-back bullshit, yeah, they went to college and shit. They know how to play, but they doing little step to the side shit. They got on knee braces and shit. Yeah, that's how Bridges look in the NBA and Hart. They look like rec players. Yeah. Because even I could go out there and be hitting niggas bam, 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 and make me like, oh shit. I'm telling you, you'd be like, but this is what you see around the whole NBA, right? Right. Right. I'm telling you, look, Knicks better hire me, I'll get y'all right, bro. For real. I'll get y'all right, bro. I think he's doing bad, bro. You heard what Stephen A said. Leon Rose. He knocking on your door. Leon Rose, come in for a second. You don't do interviews. You don't do shit, right? Only people that could do that is actually doing something because their work speaks for itself. After Bridges had a fucking goose egg, excuse my language, I don't really curse like that on here, but fuck that. After Bridges had a goose egg, Leon Rose, please come step to my office for a second, bro. Now we calling Dolan. Call him in the office now. Scare him. Scare him. Because look, Brooklyn Nets is about to take 5 of our fucking picks right across the bridge. Clip this shit. Brooklyn Nets is about to get 5 of our fucking picks. And the NBA and the young kids is already selling faster than guys that stayed 4 years in college like our guys. The NBA young guys that's coming from OTE like Thompson Twins and all that, even though they can't shoot, guess what? Niggas guarding up. They dunking on people. They showing heart only after 2 freaking years. And these guys been in the league all this time. Even Castle, 2 years, guarding dudes 100 feet. Why we don't have nobody like that? Huh?
Excuse me, may I please enter the chat for 1 second?
Sorry.
What is that? What Parrish is saying right here, who do that sound like?
What are you saying? Let me read it. Sorry.
He said, yeah,
oh,
he
said. I
said,
forgot you control that now. My bad. We hit
no, it's okay. He said, yo, Sohan, Diawara, and Kolick over grand theft, over Bridges, Stark Clarkson. Who said that?
I like that. You?
Correct.
Don't
And
taking that long to say
we
correct.
said,
You
said,
you doubling down on your right
because
answer.
remember,
Hold on, wait. No, you're gonna wait. You're gonna wait. Don't tell me no. I wanted to give you some applause. Don't tell me no. Anyway, but I wanted to because you did say that. But even though that shit ain't gonna happen,
right? Remember, we said that it wasn't going to happen. We said
it's
we could
still not
consider, right? But remember,
in
we
the off
said
season.
we could consider it in the off season. But
Right.
what I'm saying was
I'll give you
that
some more for remembering.
I
Okay.
did say that.
Okay. All right. I respect you. I give you that.
That's all I'm saying.
No, that was good shit.
At least someone is understanding my method of what I'm saying.
Said,
Even though
said that shit. I could have said when you asked the question, but I said you because I specifically remember you said that, and I said, Chris, we're not starting them off season. We could consider that, but I'll keep it real with you. I don't understand how he was able to pull Bridges like that. Even though I understand and I don't understand. I said that, right? Let me explain. Now, if you didn't do it early in the season, he's confused, right? And he is the best player that we have in the position because he was our starter, right? We gave up 5 picks for him. So let's not act like that what we weren't intending for him to do. Now that you did this, your replacement is going to do what we intended him to do after you did this to him? No, he's going to be in the lineup, and if it messes him up, then he's going to take him out. I'm hoping Bridges uses that as fuel and cook. That's all I can hope for, to be fair.
I think that's what we are all hoping for. In all fairness.
Because he don't have it in a bag. Yo, Bridges, in the summer, I will teach you some moves, bro. I don't know how you cool with Brunson. He don't show you how to get by guys. Y'all need to play. Me and Chet, my boy EG, we in college, we play one-on-one full courts. And I was better dribbling than him at that time, but his handle got crazy after that. And height doesn't matter, Bridges. You could do the same thing Brunson does. You see Wemby does it. Why is your handle so standard? Why you can't go through your legs, then behind your back, then cross again and go by somebody? This shit is a problem with me, bro. Because I'm an old guy and I still could do that shit right now. It's a problem with me. These young kids coming up, they could do that shit, bro. You're not going to play on the Knicks long if you can't do that. You'll be in the NBA, but you may come off the bench because you don't have a bag, bro. You doing this little shit, this little tap shit, then you step to the side and shoot, and you look like you don't see what Ant-Man is doing or go ahead, Chris. We
No, you good.
Hour. We passed the hour.
Good.
Now we just giving them. We showing love right now because we don't go over an hour. But we got
no,
people
we never
in the
do.
chat. Let me go back to the chat. Cause let's show love to the chat today. They here because it's playoffs, and I wanna.
I'm reading.
But Chris, this is what I want you to do for me. Remember how people talk highly of these guys a few weeks ago. Not just him, in general. This is what I do. Because they will. And even this show right here, they're going to forget. Say the Knicks win, right? They're going to go back to talking high. I'm telling you, this is how this shit work. This shit is like insanity.
Let's all have a kumbaya moment and let's all remember what we said when it was bad. When it gets good, let's remember how it was.
How? He was on the bench.
When it was bad.
All right, we about to get out of here.
But in Bridges' defense, he is locking down. Do you really want to hear them?
I'm ready to get. You don't want.
All right, no. I do. I'm just.
I think
joking.
it was pretty. I think it was pretty close.
It was. Bear with me, guys. Okay. The stats were from April the 23rd. New York Knicks against Atlanta.
You said
the stats were.
You said bear with you?
Yes, I did say bear with me. Okay.
That was fine.
So our top performers. Cap, Karl Anthony Towns with 21 points, 17 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks. Atlanta, Jalen Johnson, 24 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 block. Team stats. New York Knicks, 40 for 93, 43%. Atlanta, 39 for 86, 45%. Three-pointers, New York
Chris,
Knicks.
Chris, I'm sorry. I
It's
just want to
okay.
say something real quick.
It's okay.
Anybody new in the building, can you please subscribe to the channel? We appreciate you for pulling up. I just wanted to say that because some people come in and they leave real quick. And take a second to hit the subscribe button and the like button so people can see that we live. Thanks for pulling in. Sorry, Chris. Go ahead. No, because I see new faces and I want to get that in.
Thank you
I
so
know you
much.
know where you at. Hmm.
Three-pointers, New York Knicks, 10 for 35, 29%. Atlanta, 13 for 33, 39%. New York Knicks, 18 for 20, 90% in free throws. Atlanta, 18 for 26, 69%. Rebounds, New York Knicks, 55, Atlanta, 56. Offensive rebounds, New York Knicks, 14, Atlanta, 13. Assists, New York Knicks, 19, Atlanta, 19. Steals, 10, New York Knicks, 10, Atlanta. Blocks, 5, Knicks, 8, Atlanta. Turnovers, 18, New York Knicks, Atlanta 16. Points in the paint, 56, New York Knicks, 40, Atlanta. Second chance points, 21, New York Knicks, 17, Hawks.
I agree with you, Paris. I didn't want to cut her off again, but I just wanted to say you right. You right. I agree with that last what you said there. I did. And like I said, I think we gonna win the series. I just don't want. Hold on, let me fix my. Let me come closer. I just don't want to lose the next game. If we win the next game, I believe we'll be fine. And I think dealing with a little adversity is not a bad thing. To be fair to the team, and we do have to find some good out of the bad, right? Regardless of what. So before we leave, I'm gonna give a couple minutes on the good. The things that I saw good was the resiliency to come back. Down by 18 in the playoffs, the next thing you know, we got the lead. Let's not act like Brunson in here to M1 to take the lead. We can't really only nitpick on what went wrong and not mention what went good. She said you got paperwork. He said something about Crescenda got
So,
paperwork.
yeah.
You got
So, what am I
paperwork?
trying to
What you trying
say?
to?
I'm sorry, I don't understand your question.
Now he probably see you going to your notes. I don't know. Tell him to elaborate. But yeah, like I was saying, look,
If you
Brunson
could
here to
restate
tell.
that for me, I'm sorry, excuse me.
Yeah, elaborate on what you mean. She'll answer you. But look, Brunson make the M1 to give us the lead. He yells and everything. You see Alvarado running, yelling. You know, as a Knick fan, that shit felt good. You know, it was going up and down. Ti and all them bum ass niggas sitting in the stands acting like they be at Hawks games all the time. They don't. I'm sorry. Respectfully. I gotta say respectfully. I see in your face. No, fuck that. Chris, they don't be at Hawks games, Chris. I watch Hawks versus Knicks. I watch basketball. They don't be there. They just there because the Garden have all the stars there. Now Tyler Perry want to be there. T.I. want to be there. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. I ain't
I was
jacking it. I don't
weak
care.
when I saw Tyler Perry.
Flip this shit up. Hard
What
Will
type
said it.
of mismatch
Yeah.
crap is
Tyler
this?
Perry. He should have came as Medea. Get the fuck out of here. You should have came as Medea. You won't go to the Hawks games. Don't ever play with New York like that. We run Atlanta. Don't ever
Soldier
play
Boy
with us.
sure did.
We got Queens Day in Atlanta. Act like y'all know.
Soldier Boy was dancing around,
Right. Soldier
talking about
Boy
Soldier Boy.
performed. Let's not forget Atlanta tried to have a strip club night for the NBA, and they
Let's not
boycotted
forget.
that shit.
Let's
Fuck
not
out of here,
forget.
Atlanta. We're not jacking
We
y'all.
spoke about that.
We not even trying to do nothing like that. The Garden got way more class than that. Y'all trying to serve wings and strippers to the kids. That's why y'all can't sell no tickets. Knicks, don't let these guys win. I'm taking a month off if they do, Chris. But anyway, let me get back to my last point of the night. Knicks show resiliency coming back. OG Anunoby, I want to give him his credit. He's solid. He's solid. I know I say who gonna do it. I think he could be the guy that could help Brunson when Cat start to get a little feminine and just start hanging out by the 3 point line. It's hard to hit a lot of threes in the playoffs, Cat. You gotta mix it up, bro, and you gotta take more shots in the fourth quarter. But you didn't play too bad. You was hustling to try to block shots. You did catch a block, but Johnson got it back and scored. I seen more effort, and even for Coach Brown to take Bridges out, you know, sometimes as a coach, that put guys in a position to wake them up and let them know that they on notice. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a bad and a good. It could work out in our favor by him setting Bridges like that, because there's really no player that we have that plays his position better than him, as far as what we need from him on defense and what he could give us on offense. He could be just going through something right now, and if he come out of it, he'll be fine. I don't have nothing against none of the players. I'm never gonna hate the players. I just talk about what I see as far as their talent level and what I see around the NBA. And I just feel like if you've been in the league this long, your game should translate more ball handling skills, more hesitations, more. That's how I teach kids. This game is easy. You have people, hey, you going this way now, then his man coming now, you throw it behind your back to your man. They don't have nothing sexy going on. And I'm older than them, and I feel like that's how we played, and that's how kids playing now again. And they don't really have it. It's not like the coach gonna tell you not to do it. It's what really works. They allow it. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm gonna really say. I tried to find some grace. I only could find a little bit because adjustments that's made aren't good if we don't win. Like I said, you put a different defensive lineup in there. You did this, you did that. You keep trying to play these trump cards that ain't getting us no books. Sorry. The spade, the spade terminology is really real. We don't have a 10 for 2 hand. We don't have a championship team. I hate to say it. It's a little bit more talent in the NBA than what we have on this roster, unfortunately, y'all. Seriously. Right now. But I do appreciate that we did get better, but I think it's not about that right now. People don't care about that. We passed that now. People want to every year get closer and closer to the goal. To be fair, that's what I think a lot of fans are expecting. And that's my last take for the night. We actually did an hour, almost an hour and a half. That's kind of dope because we never really did that yet. That's because you guys were here to give questions, so you actually extended the show. We really appreciate that. You
Yes, we
gave us
do.
more content than we planned on creating. Hopefully, you come back, Paris Doug. I want to shout you out. You a true Nick fan. Shout out to We Survey 100 people. Thanks again. We'll be back this weekend. And like this, man, I'm about to start giving out wrenches. Paris still got his wrench, man. You see this shit? I might take your shit back and put you on a probation. But I'm about to start giving out more wrenches and give people power over here because we about to get big, man. I'm gonna get family over here to do shows. My niece in the W, my nephew in the NBA. So I'm gonna get people over here. But we got Ron the Clario, Big Queenstown coach, scheduled to do an interview. We haven't really talked about that yet. We got a lot of interviews scheduled that I just put to the side. But we about to start doing other stuff than the lives to entertain the subscribers. So stay tapped in with us, all right? I'm gonna give out wrenches so you guys can help us build the show. And we looking to put people on the board with us. Not to talk up here with us all the time, because it's the only people that's gonna be up here, right? But if you work with the show, we will pull you up and we will let you do other things to work with the show. So whoever stays supporting us in our chat, we will consider that. All right. Chris, you have anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
I appreciate the love and the energy from you guys. I still kind of am a little, I don't want to make an assumption. We surveyed 100 people. I think I understand what you're saying. I have the paperwork. So what I'm trying to say, if I'm reading it the way that I think that you're trying to convey it to me, what I'm trying to say is that it wasn't, it, it was sad for me to read. That's what I was trying to say. But it's my job to read it. So that's what I meant. But thank you so much for tuning in. This a great show. Looking forward to see what Saturday looks like.
Facts. And I'm gonna just give everybody a round of applause because we did that. We did this collectively today. A lot of good takes, a lot of good points. And I think as Knick fans or Hawk fans, NBA fans, a good conversation help us figure things out. He say you're doing great, lady. I want to say something to
Thank
my
you.
guy right here. My guy says something crazy right here. Hold on, I gotta find it. What you know about that, man? Yo, listen, I'm a legend in these places, right? And I listen, hold on. I don't want to say that to make you think I'm just saying stuff because you don't say stuff like that if you ain't really do it, right? Like in ISA, Jihad. That's what they used to call me on the mic. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I know what you're talking about. West Fork, Dykeman. I'm really known in these parks. Like from when I was young, playing everywhere in New York City. I played for Riverside. I played for Riverside, Brooklyn, Queens. Kenny Pete was my coach. I played for Ernie Leutch, Ron Artest, Elton Brand. All them guys was on my team. We played together. My guy Sharif Fordham played on St. John's. He from Far Rock like me. Shout out Shy. So I really have basketball history before the net. If it was a net when I was playing, you don't know what we could have did as well. But shout out to my nephew too for doing this thing. Shout out to my niece as well. And shout out to everybody, like I said, Atlanta ATL 678. Make sure you keep pulling up. I like your knowledge, man. And y'all stay out the way, stay safe, and hopefully y'all pull up on Saturday. What I'm gonna start doing is we're gonna put the show time up early so y'all can see what time the show is definitely gonna be coming on so you don't have to wait. So it'd be more easier to get with the show. All right? All right, man. We out of here. Everybody be safe. Enjoy the Nick game. We might pop in tomorrow before the game. We not gonna promise, because then if we promise and we don't, then we wrong. So we might.
We
All
lied.
right? We might. Right. We ain't gonna lie, because we want y'all to appreciate realness. Right? We doing this shit for the love, so we ain't gonna never lie to y'all. All right? Stay out the way and be safe. You already know, Hawks ATL. Appreciate you, my guy Parrish. I appreciate you. And survey 100 people. You already slow.